Hi, my name is Martina Hem and I am the food blogger and photographer for The Foreign Kitchen. And today we're in my home in Vermont, ready to cook portobello mushrooms stuffed with tilapia. So today for the recipe we're using some Ecuadorian tilapia, which I've already pre-cooked. And the great thing about Ecuadorian tilapia is it has a nice sweet, mild flavor that pairs perfectly with the meaty, savory taste of the portobello mushrooms and the nuttiness of the cheese. And you really do want to make sure you get the Ecuadorian tilapia. And for that, you can just go to the grocer, ask him for some fresh Ecuadorian tilapia, or you can just read the label. It says it right there where it's from, Ecuador, and also whether it's fresh or not. For the rest of the ingredients, we have, of course, the portobello mushrooms, which have a nice, savory, meaty taste to them. Pairs perfect with the mild Ecuadorian tilapia. Some breadcrumbs, Gruyere cheese, which is grated, the pre-cooked tilapia, and some eggs. And we're gonna be cooking that all in this pan that I'm gonna place in the oven later. So while our oven's preheating, we can start prepping the portobello mushrooms. Now the important thing while prepping your mushrooms is to take out the stem. And what I do is I just run a knife carefully and slowly at an angle so that you can just take it out, just like that. Okay, so we have our mushrooms all set. Line these up here. And now for the filling. Get a bowl and the tilapia. And now what I've done with the tilapia, we had about 3 fillets and I flaked them up into large chunks and it gave me about 2 cups. So we have the Ecuadorian tilapia, which we'll put in here, 2 cups of that in large flakes. And now with half a cup of breadcrumbs. There we go. And half a cup of the Gruyere cheese, leaving a little for later so we can spread it over the top. And 1 egg yolk. And now carefully fold this around, making sure not to break up the fish too much, but making sure it has a nice homogeneous texture, because you still want to have that nice, mild, sweet flavor of the fish. And I have, as a special touch, some ground nutmeg. So just a dash. And not to forget some salt. Now, 1, 2, 3 pinches again. And ground black pepper. And I'd say 1.5 pinches. There we go. And mix that up so all the flavors mix together. So there we go. We have a nice texture going on here. Nice and flaky. Have all the flavors spread. And what we do now is that we can take it and start filling our portobello mushrooms. Okay, so I'm gonna place the bowl right here and take a mushroom cap. This one looks nice. Just stuff it into there. There we go. Give everybody a nice portion. And we'll go to covering it with some cheese. Just smattering on top. There we go. Nice. So we have the portobello mushrooms stuffed with a mixture of the tilapia, cheese, and a little bit of the egg yolk and breadcrumbs and some seasoning. And now what we do is take any pan, because this is going to go into our oven that we're preheating at the moment, and just drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil and rub it around the bottom so that the mushrooms don't stick in your pan. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now, let me check if the oven's preheated and we can put them in. These are definitely ready. You can tell that they have a nice golden brown touch to them, and the cheese is all melted, and they smell delicious. So let's plate these. Be sure that you don't touch the pan because it is really hot. And I have a slated spoon, but you can take a spatula and just slowly push that onto your spatula and plate. I think these two look delicious and will be perfect for a little lunch for two. So here we are on a beautiful afternoon with portobello mushrooms stuffed with tilapia. For more information on Ecuadorian tilapia and many great recipes, you can go to eattilapia.com.